Good morning, children. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy at your homes. Children, you have already learned about what a sentence is and the types of sentences. Now, today we will learn about parts of a sentence, that is, subject and predicate. So, all the sentences they have two parts, subject and predicate. The first part of the sentence is called what? It is called subject. And the subject is that part of a sentence that tells us about who or what the sentence is about. So, the subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. The second part of the sentence is called predicate. And the predicate tells what the subject is or does. Suppose the subject is a boy. Then what the boy is doing will be the predicate, whether the boy is sleeping, laughing, or playing. So once again, let us recall what the subject and predicate is. Subject is the first part of the sentence which tells us about who or what the sentence is. And predicate tells what the subject is or does. Now let us look at some more examples. The first is Rita played football. Now in this sentence the subject will be Rita. Now why are we calling Rita subject? Because the sentence is about Rita. Next is the fox is a very cunning animal. Now guess the subject in this sentence. Take a minute, read it again, and then decide what the subject will be. That's right. The fox will be the subject because this sentence is about the fox. Now let us underline the subject in the first two sentences. I'm reading it again. Sentence 1 is Rita played football. Here, subject is Rita. So, Rita is the subject in sentence 1. In the next sentence, the fox is a very cunning animal. Here, the subject is the fox. So, this is the subject in sentence number 2. Now let's move on to the next part of the sentence, which is the predicate. So what is the predicate? It is the second part of the sentence and it says something about the subject. In other words, we can say that the predicate tells us what the subject is or does. Now let's have a look at some of the sentences. John kicked the dog. I'm reading it once more. John kicked the dog. Now here, what will be the predicate? The sentence is about John, so John will be subject and the predicate will be kicked the dog. Why? Because it tells what John did. So what did John do? John kicked the dog. So kick the dog will be the predicate here. One more example for you. Let's read. The kite flew high in the sky. I hope you can distinguish between the subject and predicate in this sentence. Subject will be the kite. Now, guess the predicate. Yes, you're right. So, flew high in the sky will be the predicate in this sentence because it tells us about the kite. So, to have a complete sentence, we need to have both subject and predicate. So subject and predicate together, they make up a complete sentence. If you have just the subject, then also your sentence will not be a complete sentence. Similarly, if the sentence only has predicate in it, then again it will be an incomplete sentence. Now look at these two groups of words. The boy is deep and cold. Now here you would have no idea what the boy is or does, because we only have the subject here and the predicate is missing. Here again, we don't know what the subject is and we only know that something is deep and cold. But what is it that is deep and cold? So we do not know. We do not know the subject here. But if I say quickly went into the room, the boy quickly went into the room. Now it is making sense. It has both subject and predicate. So now it is a complete sentence. Similarly, in the second one, the ocean is deep and cold. Now I have added subject here. So it is again a complete sentence. The ocean is deep and cold. Now both the sentences are complete. They both have subject as well as predicate. So both the parts of the sentence are present here. Now one more thing that we need to remember is that the subject may be just one word or it may have more words. Similarly, the predicate may also be just one word or made up of more words. Now let us look at some of the examples. Now let's look here. Arun brought noodles from the kitchen. Now here Arun is the subject, which is of only one word. The next sentence is children play. Here the subject is children, which is again one word, and play is the predicate, which is again one word. But here in this sentence, Arun brought noodles from the kitchen. Subject has just one word, but the predicate has more than one word. That is, brought noodles from the kitchen. So this whole is the predicate. Now let's take up command sentences. As you know that command sentences give commands. They order somebody, advise somebody, or request somebody to do something. Therefore, in command sentences, the subject is you, which is understood and not stated. For example, wash your hands. Here, the subject is you. The subject is obviously you, which is not stated. Similarly, sit quietly. Here again, the subject is obviously you, which is again not stated. Let's have a quick recap of all that we have done today. We learnt about parts of a sentence. All sentences have two parts, subject and predicate. Subject tells who or what the sentence is about, and predicate tells what the subject is or does. We did some examples and we also underlined the subject and predicate in these sentences, like Rita played football. Here, Rita was the subject and played football, predicate. The fox is a very cunning animal. Here, the fox is the subject. John kicked the dog. Here, John is the subject and kick the dog is the predicate. And to have a complete sentence, we need both subject and predicate. We also learned that the subject and predicate may just be one word or it may consist of more words. Then we also learned that the subject in command sentences is understood and not stated. Now let us look at page number 13 of your grammar books. In the exercise C, you have to underline the subject in the following sentences. The travelers stopped several times to take refreshment. Here, the subject is the travelers. Next, all the members of the team played well. Here, the subject is all the members of the team. In the same manner, you will do the rest. Look at exercise D now. Here, you have to supply the subject in these sentences. And if it's a command sentence, then obviously no subject will be needed. First is Dash lives in a den. So the subject is the lion. Dash are fond of eating carrots. Rabbits. Rabbits are fond of eating carrots. Let's take an example of a command sentence also, like fourth part. Do not make the beach dirty. Here it is obvious that the subject is you because it is a command sentence. So here no subject is needed. In the same manner, you will do the other parts. In exercise E, you have to supply the predicate in the following sentences. The Republic Day dash. So what can we write? We can say the Republic Day is celebrated on 26 January. The Himalayas. We can say that the Himalayas lie in the northern part of India. In the same manner, you will supply predicate to the rest. So that is all for today. Do your work carefully. Thank you.